Hello again, all my brothers and sisters, on our flat, domed, stationary earth. And you knew I was going to say that, because I always do. Well, this video is about the seasons and how they're always right on schedule all the time. Well, last night, I was driving my mom home from the store, and it was like 6:45 my time here in Arizona. And I told my mom, I said, you know, the temperature in the car is under 100 degrees. We haven't seen that in a long, long time. And actually, it's getting dark out. And she's like, yeah, in New York, it's dark right now. I said, yes, I know, it's 3 hours difference. But I told her the reason why is because it was September 21st, first day of fall, and in our Bible, there's over like 31 verses that talks about, well, especially even in Genesis, it'll talk about there's a time for seeding, planting, and a time for harvesting, and there's seasons, the hot season and the cold season, and it will never cease, never end. And I told my mother, it's not because these weathermen are so smart, it's because it's God's clock. And she's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, the sun and the moon spiral in and out. That's how we get our seasons. It's not what NASA says, that we're living on a spinning ball, turning, they say what, 12,000 turns per second, and then flying through space at 66.6 million miles per hour. When I said that to my mother, it sounded so idiotic. And I told her, I said, that's what we've been taught forever, but it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. And she's like, what do you mean again? I said, well, think about it, Ma. If we're going at that speed and the whole solar system is with us, following us, you know, with the sun, going around the sun, and they say the solar system is millions and millions of years old. We don't know, I don't know, but that's what they say. So you're trying to tell me that after all those millions of billions of years that we never went off course a little bit, or maybe spring became later, or winter came earlier? I said, that has never happened. That's really hard to believe, isn't it, Ma? And she goes, well, when I think about it, she goes, yeah, you're right. But then she said, well, you know, your grandfather said he wishes he was, well, he was born 50 years too late, because he said that the seasons will change. And I told my mother, I said, well, Grandpa was right, but he didn't know about the chemtrails and the weather modification, what's going on the flat earth with that, trying to rule the weather. But Grandpa was right, he had a hunch. So I just wanted to put that out there, because we've been brainwashed forever and ever. And same thing with sunrise and sunset. You hear it all the time, constantly, right? You always hear, oh, the sun's rising, the sun's setting. And I always say it, even if it's on TV, I always got to say it. I said, the sun does not rise or set. It moves toward us or away from us, from our point of view. I'm constantly saying that, so my kids and my grandkids understand that, especially my younger son. He's not too keen on what I'm trying to talk about and trying to wake up people. So anyway, hope all is well with everybody. And like I always say, all things must pass till our Lord appears.